Okay, we're going to be doing Learning Target 4 and Learning Target 5. Learning Target 4 is graph align in standard form, and Learning Target 5, again from our last one, is also graph vertical and horizontal lines. We can do that in either form.
David Fields to the office, please.
Sorry about that. So standard form is going to be this right over here. It's going to be our ax plus by equals c. So our a and our b are going to be coefficients. Our x and our y are our variables, and our c is our constant term. Now, sometimes you'll see it maybe as like ax minus by, maybe you'll see it as a negative ax plus by, or a negative ax minus by. C can be positive or negative. Our a's, our b's, and our c's, they can be fractions, so it can be anything. But as long as our variables, our x and our y, are separated by either a plus or a minus. So like sometimes you'll see something like maybe like this, 120 equals 2x plus 4y, and like an like a problem could be you have $120 dollars, but you have that you have that money in quarters and nickels, and you have 4 times, or you know what I mean, as many this as you do that, or like whatever it is, you know. So it could be you have 120 something, and 2 of it is made up by this, 4 of it's made up by that, like legs. 2 legs are like chicken legs, 4, and then 4 of them would be like, because chickens only have 2, 4 would be like cows have 4, and a total you have 120 legs. So finding the y-intercept. So let's think about what our y-intercept is again. So I want you to pause it, and I want you to write down what you think the y-intercept is. So our y-intercept is our value of y when x equals 0, right? It's our little dot anywhere on this one. It's where our, so it could be there, it could be here, it could be here. It's wherever our point is on our y. Same thing for our x. It's our value of x when y equals 0. So on this one, it would be anywhere where our point crosses my x-axis. So it could be here, here, here. So to find these when we're in standard form, so to find my y-intercept, I'm in standard form. So to find my y-intercept, I'm going to set x equal to 0 because it tells me that I can find my y when x is 0. So I'm going to plug in a big 0 here. So 0 plus by equals c. So then I have by equals c, and if I want to find y, I divide by b. So my y is my c over my b. I can do the same thing here. So if I have my standard form ax plus by equals c, when I want to find my x-intercept, I set my y equal to 0. So I'm going to have ax plus 0 equals c, which is just ax equals c. If I want to find x, I divide by a. So my x is going to be my c over a. So I'm going to give you that right up here. So my red is going to be my y-intercept. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to set my x equal to 0. So I'm going to have 120 equals 4y. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. My y-intercept is going to be 30. Now if I wanted to find, on this problem right up here, if I wanted to find my x, I'm going to set my y equal to 0. So then I'm going to have 120 equals 2x. I want to find what x is, so I divide by 2. My x-intercept would be 60. Okay. So what I want us to do is I'm going to graph each of these in a different color, so that way we know. The first one, I'm just going to put a mark. This is going to be my black one. This is going to be my red one. This is going to be my green one. And this is going to be my blue one. If you wanted to, you can label them like L1, L2, L3, L4 like last time if you don't have colors. So the first one I'm going to be looking at, I'm going to be doing in black. So I'm going to write that. So we're going to look at this. So all I need to do is when it's in this form, all I need is 2 points. So I'm going to just find my intercepts. So to find my y-intercept, I'm going to set my x to 0. So now I want to divide by 3. Divide by 3. My y is going to be a 6. So I can plot that point now. So that point, remember, is where my x is 0 and my y is 6, because I just plugged in 0 for x. So I'm going to go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my point. Now if I want my x-intercept, I set my y to 0. So then I have 9x plus 0 equals 18. You don't even have to write plus 0 if you want. We divide by 9. My x-intercept is going to be 2. So remember, this is now going to be the point 2, 0, because my y is 0. So I go to 1, 2. I move 0. So now I'm going to, if I can get this to work, and I want a line, and I want arrows. There we go. So it's going to go here, and I'm going to just put it through there. There's my first one. So now I'm going to go to my next one. I'm going to use red. I'm going to write this over here. 3x plus 5y equals 15. If I want to find my y-intercept, I'm going to set my x to 0. So this is going to completely cancel out. I can divide by 5. And I'm going to have my y equal to 3. So I'm going to go 0, 1, 2, 3. When I want my x-intercept, I set my y to 0. That's going to be 0. I can divide by 3. I get my x to be 5. So that's 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my 2 points. I can now draw my line. I'm going to have this be in red. And there we go. So now I have green. I have my green guy right here. I'm going to put him over here. 4y minus 5x equals 25. If I want my y-intercept, I can set my x to 0. So then I just divide by 4. Divide by 4. Y equals 25 over 4. We can simplify so that way I can somehow put it somewhere. I know what that is. 4 goes into 25. 4 times 7 is 28. That's too big, so I want a 6. That's 24. And I have 1/4 left over. So it's going to be a little bit over 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just a little bit over it. Now when I want my x-intercept, so I have 4y minus 5x equals 25. I set my y to 0. So now I'm going to divide by a negative 5. Make sure you keep that negative. So my x-intercept gives me a negative 5. So now I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I draw my arrow, I want it to be green. I'm just connecting those 2 points. And my last one is going to be blue. I'm going to put that down here. 3y minus 2x equals negative 12. I want my y-intercept, so I set my x to 0. I'm going to divide by 3. My y is going to give me a negative 4, so now I can go down 1, 2, 3, 4. When I want my x-intercept, so I have 3y minus 2x equals negative 12. I set my y to 0. I divide by, don't forget that negative 2. When I divide a negative and a negative, I get a positive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get my arrows. And there's my lines. So pretty much all we're doing is when we're trying to find the y-intercept, you just cancel out your x because it's 0. When you want your x-intercept, you make your y 0. You're switching it. All you need is 2 points to plot a line. So here you're going to do the same thing like you did for learning target 3. You're going to create 4 equations. Remember, you might want to write this as y1, y2, y3, y4. Give yourself them, but it's going to have to be in standard form. And so then you're going to leave this one blank. You're going to graph your 4. So remember, it's going to be in the form ax plus by equals c. So it's going to look something like these equations. Last learning target, we did the slope intercept form. That would be the y equals mx plus b. We're not working on that one right now. We're working on this one. So do that, and we're going to work on it in class.